The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams, coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A gain of 3, second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
On second down, Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. He introduced himself with authority on that play.
They'll look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, first and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the... That's caught inside the 20. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play here for Dallas. 58 yards. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a first and goal to go at the 7. Now Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. On play action, they'll throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. On first down, Wentz. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. David Irving in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, it's Wentz. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They run with Ajayi. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. This is Ajayi. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Here's Ajayi. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats, but really should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Now it's Ajayi, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Back-to-back running plays putting him in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15? To throw, it's Wentz. Over the middle, complete. That's George. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. And we're good. We're good.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. closer as he's down at the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
They'll try to run with a J. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
When I was playing, all our defensive coaches talked about when you're near your own goal line and you're trying to stop them from getting in, your heart gets tested. What a nice play on the last down.
A lot of heart on 2nd. Do they have the heart on 3rd? They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jay Ajayi with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a little floater there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And this will be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nigel Bradham in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. But likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. Drew Kaiser on to punt. He did his collegiate kicking here in the Lone Star State at Texas A&M. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Throwing his Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, what a move. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. To throw now on 2nd and 10. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Power touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth 1st half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And out now come the Eagles. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Wentz now to throw. And he fends him off. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
It's caught inside the 25. Wentz finding his favorite receiver, Jeffrey, on a big one. 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Other side, solid, solid.
To throw is Wentz. Hard throw, incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Elliott puts this one through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back to throw now on first down. A dump off to Elliott. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
Let's find two. 46 down, man. 5-4.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Going up top. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Trying to lay, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it second and short.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jamarcus Lawrence. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The Eagles on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And he's going to go down again. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The Eagles send out their punter now. Back deep is Tavon Austin. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. They'll start out on the ground with a J. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime, Mings, had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And they'll run it here. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. And he is... Met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Detroit!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jamarcus Lawrence in there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Taco Charlton, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Stays on his feet. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
That one goes for 36 yards.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to him right away because they have the matchup advantage.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this one is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Room to run past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They're losing here in the 3rd quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
And while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I have talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was the place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains turn into 20-yard gains as the game goes along.
Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They're going to look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's into the clear. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch it now, Barney.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Back to throw here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. He'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Timmy Jernigan getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll set up a throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Taco Charlton in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll drop the throw, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air,
and he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Demarcus Lawrence in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow. They'll give to Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
All right, now, look at 56.
Back to throw now on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Gibson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. And on the ground they go with a running back. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself,
and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. Big touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Eagles get a score closer. They'll try and run it here. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
All right, here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. 20, 10, front touchdown, Cowboys. Neil Sterling, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Saying, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Ertz has it left side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment. But here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, it's George. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 46, the 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. You start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Again, it's Elliott. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience, and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with him this way?
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 28. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brandon Graham in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Gone! Watch it now, Barney!
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air one out. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 25. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected for the second week in a row?
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear that?
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot.
And now here's another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Fletcher Cox. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught at the end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw, and it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever
What up? What up? What up? I was. What's up? Why? Who didn't want to play? I sent you an invite, but I had to play.